No, not at all, not at all, no. Did you roll that human perception check, by the way?
Oh, I'm so sorry. It went away. Let me find my log. I did roll it.
I
just didn't see
I
it.
just remembered.
Oh,
I
no.
realize
wanna
now
do
this is the
this.
guy that came here to the Black Mass and not the one I talked to on the phone. Whoops.
He was well.
No, he
we,
wasn't.
we met him at y'all met him at Ziggurat. Like y'all visited.
Yeah.
Was he? Yeah.
Did I impersonate you again? I thought you were talking about the time where I did the
No, it's
bad cowboy accent.
Yeah,
When
it
you
was.
call-
That was on Ziggurat's roof, like on a floor in the middle of a walkway. We walked up to him, and he was expecting Dallas. It got squirrely, so he pretended to be Dallas.
Yeah. Now I was confused because he didn't know what Dallas looked like. I rolled 17.
17. Well, the 17, you'll notice that he has an air of business to him, but he's able to hold it down. Like he's doing a very good job hiding it.
Fighting what? I'm sorry, I missed the word.
Like he's got an air of nervousness to him, you know?
He's doing a good job. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's trying to do a good job, yeah.
I was actually wondering. Obviously, I was absent when my crew here came to meet you. I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about why you needed the job done. What else you might need done.
Well, since we're in trusted company, and I'm assuming your associates here gave you the rundown, but for exposition purposes.
So I'm moving Uber.
See, within the Ziggurat's mainframe, we've been noticing several anomalies. A lot of us in the research and development team have been paranoid that it might be like a competitor netrunner from a competitor company, or God forbid, maybe a rogue AI. But bottom line, having a ghost in our system messing up the code is bad for the bottom line, for the gives the man upstairs. So we needed record of this anomaly wiped, which you guys did an excellent job at doing.
How much do you know about this anomaly?
Well, I mean, we know it's there.
Do
We
I
haven't
believe
been
you?
able to. We had human perception.
Sorry. This is a lot of this from Dallas. 15. Is anyone good at human perception? Dallas is particularly not. They want to assist him. 15.
I'm not very good at it, my friend. Sorry.
might
Nope.
be.
Just regular
Hold on.
perception. I'm okay at it.
Come sit on
Actually-
this guy. Intimidate him with me.
My human
wanted to do
perception's plus
something-
8.
That's what mine is.
Same.
Yeah. I rolled a 16.
16's not bad.
Go
Bakaneka, you
help
don't
him
know.
out, Bakaneka.
Bakaneka, you don't know if you believe him.
I'm gonna squint my eyes. Be very visibly suspicious.
But at this point- At this point, it's really just a hunch, so you don't really have anything you can really call out on. But you're not buying it.
I don't want to do this without Brandon here, but I did want to do something, and it involved Ubik. I'm sorry, Brandon. I wish you were here to do this. I want to ask him, why was your daddy here? What business do you think he might have had with the man we're coming here to meet? The man who I thought was coming alone.
He's like, that would be a very good question. And he kind of glances over. He's like, my father knows about this bar. He knows I operate out of this bar. Annoyingly, I'm going to assume that he's just keeping tabs on me? I hope that's it.
If you say so. Kind of weird to me that we came here at this early an hour to meet a very specific contact, and your father was here, talking to said contact before we showed up. That is suspicious to me.
Believe me, I find it just as suspicious.
And
He is
you're
my fa-
in
he is-
branded bugs in our house.
Ubik will talk. He'll say he is my father, and I give him the respect that he is owed, but I do not associate with him or the family that way.
Fair enough.
Anything he's
if
up,
push comes to
anything he's up
shove-
to, it's no good.
I'll
As someone who also doesn't associate with her family, yes, Bakeneko, gets it.
I'll nudge Dallas and be like, you should ask this guy you should ask Cyrus what he was talking to him about. See if we can find any more information out from him. Because if he
I'll-
came here because he knew we would be here, and he might be the cause of our bugs, and in that case, Dallas's racism may have been right, and I don't, that I have conflicted feelings about that.
I would also tell Ubik, just as a passing thought, I'm gonna go see if he needs any help, at least back him up. But push comes to shove, maybe you can toss your namesake around, see if it changes his personality a little bit.
If the need arises, you got it, brother. For the time being, Yuba will kind of hold back a little bit at his usual corner.
I was about to say I put him in his place where he would work.
I'll push
Yeah,
up to
his
the bar.
place.
If you, I guess I couldn't tell you where to sit.
Uh,
If y'all are not,
No, I was gonna say, Crave, as you're walking up, you just kind of come in halfway through. Cyrus talking about a little bit more about the anomaly and kind of like small problems it's creating, like nothing major, but
if y'all are not opposed, I'm going to stop being courteous.
No, by all means.
So Dallas
Go
will
ahead.
put his hand on one of his like the handle of one of his pistols, which he can't hide, they're that big. He's gonna kind of shoot a glance at Mateo as he surreptitiously, sort of loosens
Yeah.
the pistol in his holster. And as long as he
Potato, something similar.
yeah, he gets a nod.
Right.
of course.
His jacket, as he's scratching his chest, goes for like the shoulder holster.
So, and Dallas he's not going to draw it quickly. He's going to take it out. He's not going to set it on the bar. He's going to set it across his thigh. So if anyone tries to take it from him, you've got to get through my hands. Wrestler trick. You got carry it around your waist. So if someone tries to reach for it, you can intercept them with your hands. So he'll lay it on his lap, and he'll say, "Listen, House. There's been a lot of shit going down, and quite frankly, I'm pretty sick of it." He will take the transmitter out of his bag. He'll say, you answer me honestly. We won't have no trouble. You'll get out of here just fine. And all is well and good. He wants to watch his reaction too when he takes the transmitter out of the bag. But if you can't be honest with me here for a minute, things might be difficult for everyone involved.
Cyrus, as you pull the transmitter out, he will focus all of his attention onto that, to the point where he's not like his normal, his normal like nervous energy isn't there anymore. Like he's fully focused on this transmitter that you brought out, and he'll just start asking inquisitive questions. He's like, "Where did you get this?" Like he'll kind of like just start kind of looking around. He's like, "This thing looks ancient. What is this?"
Do I
He'll say as
really believe that he doesn't know what it is? Like, does he seem genuinely like this is new information to him?
That's human perception, baby.
Yeah, sorry. Let's give me a bunch of this.
May I roll as well since I'm sitting there now?
Yes.
11.
Okay.
Inside check if you're nasty.
13.
He seems genuinely like inquisitive about this. Like this is something he's not very familiar with. He'll pull out like a little bit of a tiny like little thumb drive and kind of connect to it.
Whoa.
And start just silently kind of just working on it. You can't tell what he's doing, but he's tinkering with it now.
Does he have like a cyber deck? Or does he seem to be doing this like internally?
This is like something he's doing with like an agent.
Should we tell him to keep his paws off?
Yeah, I kind of like that. Dallas will put his
Hey.
hand on his wrist. He'll grab his wrist. He'll say, you might want to unplug before I break this off.
He'll kind of put his hands up silently and kind of disconnect from it. He's like, whatever you say, Hoss.
He's mocking
Where-
you.
He was like, where did you find gentlemen come across this?
Hang on a second. We'll go first. You can go next. You've played this game before, I'm sure.
Get him.
I mean, no, I don't like it. Dallas is upset. He wants to know what's going on. Okay. Tell us everything you know about the anomaly. And I'll tell you where we got this.
Told you everything I already know about the anomaly. It's anomalous. We can't tell if it's a corporate netrunner or a rogue AI, but those are the two options we've narrowed it down to. Whatever it appears to be, it doesn't appear to be working for any organizations. It doesn't seem to be any real rhyme or reason to what it's doing. But all we know is that it's just causing destruction. That's all we can tell.
I'm going to escalate further, so y'all, unless y'all are not about that.
No, I'm about that. Dude's sketchy as hell.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to back you up if it comes to shit
I
getting
didn't
shot.
hear you. Well, I mean, I'm gonna. Well, we'll just see. I have a thought. Dallas, who sort of like everyone else, does not really feel like this guy's being totally honest with us. Dallas is gonna take the pistol off his lap and put it under his chin, barrel to like the bottom of his jaw.
Oh.
And he's gonna say, "House, I've had enough bullshit. Crave, brother, could you please put your scope on this man? I want to know if he's got any of that signal that we're looking for."
Yeah, Mateo will have the signal going too.
I'll scope him down from the other side of the bar.
Signal
See what I
negative.
see.
Signal negative. That makes me feel much better.
As far as you can tell, I mean, at least he's not a biodrone. He's not Reaper controlled, at least.
I want to first see how he reacts to the pistol being under his chin before I do what I'm gonna do.
Give me another human perception check.
Also, maybe just scan the room.
15.
He also, 15. He doesn't appear to react to it. He looks down at the gun and then kind of looks over at Dallas. But that's the only thing that really moves. He doesn't show any. He doesn't show any shock on his face. Like anything. Like you'd imagine this guy to start folding at this point, but he's not.
I think I would walk over, put my hand on Dallas's shoulder, lean into his ear, and say, "I don't think he's as soft as you thought he was, or he's not all there anymore. I don't know. Something's wrong with him. We should escalate different ways."
Can I jack in some way? Can I contribute with my net running? Even if it's low key?
Well, you probably could, but at this point, Dallas, he's still keeping eye. He's still. Whoop. What's up?
Sorry, and as I said that to him, sorry, the move that I was gonna make is I was actually gonna try to put my hand on Dallas's hand to like pull the pistol down a little bit and be like, it seems you're not very receptive to that. What would you be receptive to?
Also, in regards to Buckaneko's comment, could you get is there a camera in here you could get the audio off of him meeting with?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
I'll do that while y'all are doing your thing. While y'all are intimidating, because Buckaneko's not intimidating.
You'll have to get to the back office in this top left-hand corner right here.
Ubik take her there?
Actually, could do.
Yeah.
Good call, Green.
As that's happening, Cyrus will take his eyes from Dallas, and then he'll move them to Crave, and say, it's just like, he'll say that I see you guys have kind of stumbled backwards into something that you don't really seem to fully understand.
Why
You
don't
don't
you
say.
enlighten us? Tries not to jab gun into his jaw.
Well, he was about to ask you guys. He's like, tell me everything you know about the anomaly. It appears you guys have been investigating this on your own independently for some time.
What do we get out of telling you anything? Dallas will lower the gun. Not gonna put it up. He's gonna put it down.
Potentially a much stronger ally.
What
Imagine you
doing
guys have
this
run
thing?
into. He's like, I'm gonna imagine you guys have been running into a lot of trouble just searching on this thing on your own. And old Earth, you don't have to worry about him. He's an informant and an occasional fixer I use sometimes.
That's his fixer. He's much better connected than I would have anticipated.
I'm gonna turn my back to him for a second, look over to Dallas, and say, "Do you think it would spook him at all if we let him know that Militech is also interested in what's going on here?"
I could try to. I don't know. I was thinking I could lie to him about it. I'm not sure if that's his fixer. If that's the level he operates at. That the head of the mafia is one of his fixers. Like there may not be much we can say that deters him.
I got no skin in the game. I'm inclined to just tell him stuff.
I'm a little worried at how suave he is. That kind of upsets me. He seems much more in control than I would have liked, especially thinking he was a pawn. I'm afraid to give him information.
We could go bit for bit. We give him something, he gives us something.
Yeah, we won't tell him about
Try to
Reaper
see if
A.
we can get it.
Or, well, start with Reaper B. Be like it's a subroutine.
Start with the original
Yes.
version of Reaper B at that.
Yeah, start at the beginning, draw it out this way. We don't give our, shorthand too early. But you've got to do the talking there, cowboy.
Oh boy.
1 second.
Also, I am checking the cameras for what that's worth.
I saw that. I'm trying to find a specific one for that one.
For the record, I still think that it would be worthwhile to let him know up front, like ahead of time. By the way, it would behoove you to work with us if you want to be allies, because Militech is also interested in this, and we sort of control those cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're giving them information. How involved
That's a
you
good
are
point.
or are not can depend on what we tell them.
I like that.
That is a good one.
That was what I was driving at with the Militech angle, for the record. I was just like, I don't think I can smoothly
That
say
makes
all that
sense.
to you in the middle of a conversation without it being, like, ridiculous.
Okay.
We can text. It just pops up on the screen. We've all seen it. Beep.
I mostly think that we use it as a bargaining chip. Like, you want to be allies, cool, but we got to be, like, on a similar level. We got to be mutually communicative here.
Fighting Militech. I need you to lock in.
That's fair.
I
Okay.
get you.
Militech
be-
having Smasher and Arasaka.
If you want to bring up the Militech info as like a way to segue into an alliance of working together, that will be a persuasion check. Bakaneko, as you're watching the video feed, you'll see that Cyrus and Old Man Dearth are talking, but you can't really pick up what they're saying on the audio. But there is a good view of their faces as they're talking. So if you want to give me a lip reading check, because that's a thing.
God.
Because that's a thing.
Wow, it
See if you-
is.
Right.
And I rolled a 10.
A 10.
Which isn't bad considering I've got like nothing in that one.
See, with the lip reading, you're not able to pick out like full sentences. But you notice that there is mention of. You see Black Mass mentioned.
Hmm.
And you also see Ubik's name mentioned.
Hmm.
As well as. Okay, what was I going to say there? You're also talking about Militech.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Pertinent information that I would relay over comms.
They're talking about Militech?
Oh, it was brought up. Not extensively, but it was brought up.
Okay.
Sus.
They may already know that it's wanted by them.
Okay. So we're hearing that. Oh boy. I think I'm still gonna go the route you suggested, Crave, but that makes it slightly scarier. I wonder if I tell him we know that him and Dirth talked about Militech. I wonder if I'd freak him out any. Okay. Listen, House. You want to know what we stepped in? It's gonna come at a price, and quite frankly, there's enough big players at play like Militech that we need to know you're locked in if we're gonna give you any more information. We've already been burned once or twice, tangling with too many large entities. I'll roll my persuasion roll. It was an 18.
Ooh.
You should get, yeah, let's say, you've been burned once or twice, and you've literally been burned to death. Like, I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. That's poetic.
Also,
Damn.
your other bodies were burned. You've been double burned, my man.
You don't need to know that yet.
Yeah, you gotta think about being burned.
He's about to understand
How'd it
why
get
Dallas is
burned?
so. Yeah, he's about to understand why Dallas is so testy with the pistols and threatening.
An 18. Cyrus will kind of sit there for a second. And he'll say, like, to cut the bullshit a little bit. There's not very much I can openly discuss with you guys at the current level. However, it appears that you already know about the Reaper. We can go ahead and drop this anomaly charade. And it seems like you guys have... Every time we get reports of Reaper activity, you guys are there.
Why is it always us?
That's what we want to find out. That's what I've been sent to find out.
Oh, interesting. Ah, I see. It makes me sort of meta talk. It makes me feel better to know his ulterior motive. If that's really what it is.
Well, something along those lines. He'll go on to talk about how his original role is within Ziggurat to kind of keep an eye on Ziggurat.
He's a security analyst.
Little of this, little of that. Whoever wants to can give me a perception check.
Bet. Huh.
Don't say that. It's scary.
I rolled a crit fail, but I still got a 9.
Here we go.
13.
This is a regular guy. This is a regular guy.
What?
He's just a regular guy, Dallas. What's the problem, you know?
I don't
But
like
does, yeah, this is a regular guy.
Let's see. Okay.
Which tells me that he's irregular.
But yeah, but
Roll your
he'll
perception check, bruh.
All right.
yeah, go ahead and roll.
Are you aware of the subroutines?
The subroutines.
They are.
Oh, the Reaper variants.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. How many
There's
have you
the-
encountered so far?
Well, as far as we know, Reaper B is the only known entity. The way that the file names itself implies that there are others, but B is the only one we've encountered so far.
How did you come by this information?
Ziggurat mainframes. It seems like it was operating out of one of the old Militech warehouses, so I sent you guys to cut off access. But it just appears to have adapted and found a new one. He'll kind of like poke at the transmitter a little bit. Now you said you found this on a Ziggurat tower?
Yeah.
Or I can't remember if you actually told him or not.
Well, I don't know that he did, but if he mentions, no, he will tell him. He'll give him the coordinates. It was on the tower here, owned by Ziggurat. That's apparently something you didn't know. Can you tell us something that we don't know? The best that he could guess. Obviously, he doesn't know, everything that we know.
All I know is that it might be related to whatever data breach there was at Ziggurat. Because it appears like the very beginning, yeah. It doesn't appear to have seen remote. It seems like there was some kind of inside job. Like the Reaper might have gotten to some low-level person who got in at some kind of level we haven't inspected, but however it did it got into the source codes. And now it appears to have found a way to send out signals en masse. Which I'm assuming you boys have already noticed is a little bit apocalyptic.
Sure as hell annoying, if nothing else.
Very annoying indeed.
Oh yeah, it has to be broadcast from the satellite still though, yeah?
Transmitter on the radio towers.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah, it's more the radio tower one, yeah. So it's more of a local signal for right now.
I gotcha.
By God, if it got to a satellite though, that'd be spooky.
Stop.
He also told us they only know about Reaper B, but I feel like the
Yeah.
variant that we last encountered was higher than that.
It was
So
Reaper A. It's like a netrunner.
maybe- well, yeah, but what about the more aggressive version that we encountered recently? Is that still Reaper B, or is that like Reaper C? What are you calling that?
I thought that was A.
The one that you recently encountered was Reaper A. Up until then,
Okay.
it's been Reaper B.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I could tell him about it, but I don't know that I want to tell him until
But you don't have to.
until he
Do whatever you
like,
want.
what are we getting out of it to tell him? Except to tell them to check their architecture for like Reaper A. He said something that I lost the thread. He said something I thought was important. Now I've forgotten.
It'd be that
They've only found B.
You mentioned the data breach. You mentioned the things in the source code.
So it's possible it's there and they don't have anything to do with it, and it just got in there and started using them. Are you able to have the rest of your towers checked for this device?
Shouldn't be a problem, but it's gonna be kind of tricky to keep it hush hush.
Is that a requirement?
Well, a lot of the higher ups in Ziggurat don't exactly know about this. As far as they know, it's a technical malfunction.
What is that, Cyrus?
Sorry, what was up?
Why is that? I was sort of curious why you hide this from. Like, this man's hiding something that he don't want us to know. Can't you tell us about it? Sus.
He'll say that through his, well, as you probably would have guessed, through his contacts with Lazarus and 6th Street and all that kind of stuff. He's not exactly loyal to Ziggurat. Like, he works for Ziggurat, but he's not loyal to Ziggurat. So, like, it seems like if anything, nah. I'm trying to decide if I want to just tell you or not.
Well, that leads me to wonder, like, are you not here working for Ziggurat? They want to know about us? Who sent you to do that?
Give me an even or odd, Devin.
Odd.
Damn. Good job. Cyrus will kind of sigh and he'll have a quick, hushed conversation into his cyber audio suite and his agent. And then he'll give an affirmative, straighten himself up, and introduce himself as Special Agent Williams of Netwatch.
Huh.
He's like, He's like he was gonna try to keep his identity a little bit hidden, but in the face of this Reaper threat, and since you guys have a lot of know-how and experience fighting and dealing with Reaper, he's gonna kind of give you guys a little bit of a privileged information. I tell you guys that he personally has been working undercover, doing corporate espionage and reconnaissance work on Ziggurat, undercover through the research and development team. While he was undercover at Ziggurat, that's when he started noting anomalous kind of shit happening. He reported it back, and now Netwatch has a vested interest in keeping an eye on this AI. And Fletcher has been diverted from his original purpose to this Reaper. As far as Fletcher knows, Militech doesn't know about the Reaper, or they're not acting on it.
Ziggurat?
No, Ziggurat doesn't know. He's trying to keep it hidden from Ziggurat. Because a lot of it would also expose himself as a double agent, too, so...
But did he mean Ziggurat or did he mean Militech? Like, as far as he knows, Militech also doesn't know.
He doesn't think Militech knows either.
Okay.
That real fast. Okay.
So the thing is, technically she's working off the books.
That's it, yeah.
Oh.
And that's why.
But
Doesn't people know about him.
We're also suspect, though, that they've sent one after us. Like, she fed it right to them. So it could be either one. She could be hiding it from them, or she could have fed it right to them, and they sent one to get us.
I'm gonna be point blank. You should ask him why he's been spying on us.
Well, I think we know why he's been spying on us. They want to know why we're around every time the Reaper is around, because it knows Dallas. Which I
want him to know we know.
That we figured it out. Well, he sort of told us that. Dallas will give him like a sort of begrudging nod. You know, one spec ops to another. I guess spec ops can be different than like espionage, but rather impressed. Dallas will give him a little bit of a nod. He'll give everyone sort of the chill out motion. He'll put his gun back in its holster. If we gotta shoot this guy, we gotta shoot him later. It'll be fine. You're the one that put the camera in a hovel.
Well, not me personally, but yeah, we did.
You said you.
Which I'm glad
to know.
I was gonna say
Go ahead.
No, he's gonna say it, which I'm glad I did it because it appears you guys had some activity the other night.
We did.
Now, was that Reaper related, or I mean, I know you guys live in a fucking combat zone, but
Order line.
He's got a point.
For tax purposes.
Dallas orders.
it's adjacent.
Yeah, Dallas orders tequila sunrise. He's like, there's quite a few things it sounds like you don't know. You swear to me that you're only interested in containing this thing?
Well, I mean, would you believe me if I did?
Probably not. I don't trust him, but are y'all down to tell him what we know?
Personally, I think so.
We can also
If
just
only
tell
for
them
the
to fuck off. They're gonna keep.
If only for the
watching
chaos. Yeah, here's the thing. They're definitely going to keep spying on us. It would be nice to have a guy who's inside the situation, at least sort of be helpful to us, even if the rest of them aren't.
The situation.
I'm also a chaos goblin, and so I'm like, pit them all against each other. Let's just let him know and see who wins the fight.
Yawning.
I'm conflicted, but I will yield to y'all's judgment. If the two of you think that we should, then I'm game.
Here's my thing. As far as he has told us, Ziggurat's not aware, so they are not intentionally being nefarious. It's also weird that a competing communications company would not use this information as leverage to sink them. That's odd to me. I don't know what he's trying to gain. That makes me nervous. But on the flip side, like I said, I have no skin in that game. I don't really care. If they kill each other and we get to walk away at some point, fine by me.
What you thinking?
So I vote tell him, personally. What are they going to do with the information?
That's what I'm worried about. Like when we, I know it's hard. We give them information, we don't know what could happen with it. We keep it, we deprive anyone else of acting upon it. But we also...
Do we? Because I think that as soon as we leave here, you call Lieutenant Stiles and tell her to meet somewhere not at our house where we've been being watched, and then inform her of everything immediately too.
Barb, what do you think?
I don't know. The whole situation's kind of boinked.
Hey, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do. I'm gonna look at it for a second and say, and if we align ourselves with you, what is it we get out of that? Besides, I guess, trusting that you're just gonna investigate this and what, fix it, make it go away?
Well, contain a threat to humanity, more like. I mean, you've seen this thing. But other than that, yes, there is a discretionary fund in NetWatch, and we can pay you handsome. So yeah, it's the right thing to do, but yeah, we'll pay you also.
Money's not really the question as much as your objectives, in my opinion. You're not going to use it for anything. You just want to make sure it doesn't kill all of us. Because I agree, mutually assured destruction is a bad thing. I do not want to die at the hands of some weird AI that sends waves and waves of zombified monsters to my front door.
Let me assure you that if you knew half of the things that Arasaka has in their arsenal, there's enough super weapons out there. We don't need another.
I look at Dallas, I'm like, hey, he's going to pay us. And also, I don't know, I kind of trust him in a weird way. I don't know why. Maybe it's something.
I'm down with telling him.
Dallas is looking at Bakaneko while she's getting thrown, while Arasaka's getting thrown under the bus. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Bakaneko apparently agrees. Dallas will tell him about Reaper A. Pardon. Dallas will tell him that Reaper apparently knows who Dallas is. Dallas will not say Cynosure, and he will not say Axolotl, and he will not say Militech. But he will tell him that he was apparently involved in dives to the old net and has had contact with the Reaper before.
It's a hell of a thing to forget there, friend.
Not entirely in my control. We took
Yeah.
our turn. Is there anything you can tell us aside from these things? What do you know about this Reaper?
Well, it seems that you know just as much as we do for the most part. Except that Reaper A, it appears. Not Reaper A, but it seems like Reaper was a human netrunner at one point. We don't know if he was changed. We don't know if he was possessed.
Oh boy.
But all we know is that however it crossed over into our world, I don't think it'll be the first. Like if one of them figures it out, like this opens up gates to everything. Like you know about the rabbits programs. Like if they find a way to get into our meat space, into our operating systems, it can control cyberware, it can control local nets, it can control turrets, it can control cars, it can turn your lungs off. Like this is like, I really don't think you guys know just how deep this goes. This could very well end the world. Ever since the data crash, we've, at Netwatch at least, have been trying to keep an eye on the things that lurk out in the old net. And we don't think that we don't think we'll have the defenses to hold them back for very long. So he's essentially telling you that like this might set a precedent for other AI. If it finds a way to infiltrate our space and take over our bodies, then the other ones won't be far behind.
What is he? We told him everything. Do we tell him about the chips? Because I'm inclined to shoot my drink and look over and be like, if that's a concern, here's the thing. Somebody had to place that transponder on the antenna first off. Second, waves and waves, you saw it on the camera, of something keeps coming at us and they don't seem right. I'm afraid we're already operating in a gray area of what you're describing to some extent.
I concur. And if what you've told me about Reaper A is true, it appears that it's learning more by the day. If it's able to control people with certain implants at a certain range, eventually it'll be able to control anybody with any implant at any range. And if that's the case, meat space isn't going to be meat space anymore.
Dallas will tell them about the thing Mateo made to block the old net architectures, to block the old net ports.
He'll kind of chuckle a little bit. He's just like, that's very clever. I mean, it won't, completely block out all the old net, but wherever you set this up at will give you a little safe haven at least.
Oh boy. So I think at this point it's safe to say, unless y'all disagree, we tell him everything we know from beginning to end. I'll stop holding.
I don't see why
back.
not.
Yeah. Dallas sends him his notes, his OneNote notebook full of all his notes and shit.
Just off the top of my head, going through your notes, Cyrus will note that the Netrunner Burke Alvarez has popped up on their list of suspects for possible Reaper suspects.
That doesn't surprise me none. You'll find out in there that him and I were working on Cynosure and Axellock. I don't know exactly what we was doing, but the fact that the AI knew my handle leads me to believe it's related.
Kind of raises eyebrows at the mention of Cynosure. And other than that, he won't react to it too much, though. But he'll appear to be like, I was gonna say writing down, but he kind of lets you know that he is recording everything you're going through. He's going through your notes. He's recording your conversations, compiling everything he can. He'll let you know that a lot of your findings are confirming a lot of their findings. It's like they knew that they said they would confirm that they knew that Burke was working on something clandestine, but like I said, all the files were scrubbed. It's almost like he was. Yeah, it's almost like they. Yeah, it's almost like they kind of erased his existence, so to speak.
I'm gonna work on that. I expect this I expect the dossier to return in time.
Alright. You know, just for funsies, Cyrus will wire you 1,000 eddies to split amongst you for the information.
200 each?
Yeah. He'll also let you know that he's going to run this through some of the higher ups or some of his handlers kind of thing and let you know if he gets anything else back. With all your new information, there might be some other stuff that pops up with their information.
Would be for
But
sure.
he'll let you know that like a lot of really good balls got rolling here. Yeah.
I feel like walking out, Dallas can't decide if this went really well or really badly.
Honestly, I can't either. But let me tell you, it went well. It went well.
We didn't have to shoot anyone, so there's that.
Yeah, I like how every time we decide to threaten someone, they're scary.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh boy.
Let's see here.
I want to hear a copy of the the audio that Takaneko got.
All right. I'm not gonna lie, I've improv'd all I had prepared for right now, so we'll call it there.
That's cool. I feel like that's good stuff.